Issue and an immigration action now. Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema held a bipartisan roundtable in Cochise County with members of Congress and community leaders to discuss the border crisis here at home. And she was joined by U.S. Senator Thom Tillis, Congressman Juan Ciscomani, and other lawmakers from Texas and California. The focus, the security of the border and how the criminal activity and drugs coming across it are now a public safety issue. They showed members of Congress firsthand what Border Patrol is dealing with and talked about technology used to spot crimes and push for more people in uniforms to enforce the law. Senator Sinema and Congressman Ciscomani also highlighted a bill they're sponsoring. It would hold social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram accountable to hold the cartels accountable.
Not only are they controlling the strategy of who enters our country, how and when, and what drugs or other individuals they bring with them, they're also controlling what's happening on these social media outlets. And right now, there's zero cooperation by these companies with the United States government. There's zero accountability, and they're refusing to acknowledge that lives are being lost because of this.
Officials say Cochise County has been able to do what they can with the little money and help they have from the federal government. And coming up tonight at 5, our Carson Courier will talk about the most pressing issues they witnessed there. Speaking of TikTok, in Capitol action, Governor Katie Hobbs has issued an executive order banning the platform from state-owned devices and networks. This ban comes after years of scrutiny and speculation about the parent company's relationship to the Chinese Communist Party. State agencies now have 30 days to comply. And in a statement today, Governor Hobbs said, quote, "This is a necessary step to ensure the protection of state data and reflects our commitment to keeping Arizonans safe. My office is working closely with state entities to ensure this transition happens smoothly." A crash on the east side has killed 2 people. This happened on Tanque Verde near Pantano. Tucson police say a car hit a wall, killing a woman, and a man who was driving was taken to the hospital, but he did not survive. Detectives are in their early stages of the investigation. They don't know yet what caused the crash. A destructive storm system that spawned at least 10 reported tornadoes has turned deadly now. Officials in Missouri say 4 people are dead. Several others are hurt, and the number of deaths could rise in the coming hours as search and rescue efforts continue. That same storm hit parts of Illinois, Iowa, and Michigan, spawning more tornadoes. Several places also got hit with hail the size of baseballs or even larger. The same system brought blizzard conditions to parts of the Northwest. And let's ask Allie, did it bring anything to our neck of the woods too?
I mean, really just like you talked about the Northwest part, right? So that brought us gusty conditions and these cooler temperatures that we're seeing right now, but you just can't help but be so thankful that you live here.
It has been horrible. It's been one thing after another after another.
It literally has, Brooke. And thankfully we are going to get some relief. And I will say some folks on other parts of the country will as well. However, they're still dealing with some tornado warnings. They have expired though, but they were in effect a little bit ago. But then some severe thunderstorm warnings, and then along with a bunch of flood advisories. Again, look at this map. This is for different parts of Illinois, and then parts of Kentucky also saw some damage. And then of course Missouri with those deadly tornadoes. Here in town though, we are dry, remaining dry for honestly the rest of our week, and even including next week as well. Temperature wise, look at this, 68 for Tucson, as well as Casa Grande, 60 degrees in Bisbee. Tonight it's going to be a great night as well, staying in the 60s for pretty much most parts of it, with some calm winds though. But guess what? The 90s, some pool weather is back, Brooke. I'll get into that coming up in just a little bit.
What a week of temperatures, Allie. Thanks. And speaking of our weather, a wildfire that destroyed 2 homes in Cochise County, it is nearly contained now. The Bureau of Land Management says the Williams fire is now 80% contained. 3 crews are still mopping up hot spots and watching for flare-ups. Crews have been on the line since it broke out Monday, and it spread quickly, burning more than 500 acres along with the 2 homes. Investigators are still looking for how it started. Tucson police say a man wanted for a deadly shooting at an apartment complex has turned himself in. They say 17-year-old Isaiah Arellano is facing charges of manslaughter and possessing a firearm as a minor. He He's being held on a $1 million bond. The shooting happened early Monday morning at a complex on Shannon Road near Anklam and Greasewood. Police say they found 18-year-old Ruben Rios shot inside a car, and he died at the scene. This is the same apartments where another teenager, Nathan Callahan, was shot and killed less than a year ago at a party. Police have not made any arrests in that case. New details here. Former Vice President Mike Pence will not appeal a court order to testify in a special counsel probe. It's investigating efforts by former President Donald Trump and his team to overturn the 2020 election. Lawyers for Trump objected to the subpoena on grounds of executive privilege, and then a judge rejected that last week. This comes as former President Trump is facing an unprecedented challenge, defending himself in criminal court while running for president at the same time. Nicole D'Antonio has details from Washington.
Former President Trump's run for the White House may have actually been boosted by his indictment on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records.
He has more support now than he ever had.
A senior advisor for Trump tells CBS News the charges give Trump a leg up politically. The campaign has raised millions of dollars in recent days, even offering a T-shirt with a fake mugshot.
What they're doing to Trump, targeting him, is to stop him from running. They think they're going to take him out, but what it's doing is it's just making him stronger.
Trump responded on social media Wednesday morning, saying the people see what's going on and will not allow it to continue. Tremendous spirit right now in the Republican Party. But we're still 10 months out from the first votes being cast in the 2024 Republican primaries, and not everyone is happy with the former president.
No one is above the law. He certainly should be arrested or arraigned for all of the mistakes and lies and prejudices that he's caused in our country.
Trump's lawyers say they will try to get the case dismissed long before the voters go to the polls.
Is it a motion to dismiss for prejudicial pretrial publicity? I mean, is there a place in America, but particularly, is there a place in New York where Donald Trump can get a fair trial? That will be the argument of the defense.
Trump's next court appearance is set for December 4th. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
Trump will be on the road campaigning again next week when he's scheduled to speak at the NRA convention in Indianapolis.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Constant barrage of school shooting news makes many of us live in fear that our school will be next.
Across the country, students put down their books and walk out of class to call for an end to gun violence. The protests were part of a national student walkout organized in the wake of last week's shooting in Nashville. 3 9-year-old students and 3 staff members were killed. Nationwide, the students are hoping the walkouts will urge lawmakers to take action. Protecting our wildlife, the reward being offered to help find whoever shot a javelina 17 times. Plus, an historic meeting between U.S. Congress members and Taiwan's president. But China's not happy about it. How President Biden is trying to walk a thin line.